You're listening to After the Review.
After the review.
After review, the ruling on the field is confirmed.
Well, we've been following this story closely for the past month and a half or so, but the Big Ten is finally back. The presidents had voted to cancel/postpone the season, but they reversed course on Sunday, and it looks like we're going to have a Big Ten season. I'm going to break down everything you need to know about the change of heart the presidents had, what this could mean possibly for a playoff/national championship contention, and then what about the players who decided to opt out because they thought there was no season. But if you could, first, like this video, share it, subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell to make sure you get these daily update videos. I'd greatly appreciate it. Okay, so we know that the Big Ten voted to postpone/cancel their season earlier this month. It said no football. That's it. COVID's too much of a risk. We don't know what to do. But Sunday, after mounting pressure from the parents, players, faculty, team presidents, even the president of the United States voiced his opinion. They decided to change course and they voted to have a season. Season's going to start the weekend of October 24th. So we're going to be able to hopefully squeeze this season in and possibly get a Big Ten champion crown just in time to squeak in maybe Ohio State or Penn State into that playoff to play for a national championship. I'm ecstatic about this, and everyone else should be too. So why did they change course? Basically, the information and the medical resources around COVID-19 improved greatly, they said. The availability of rapid testing to get these players tested, to find out, track the spread of what's going on, and maybe control things really changed the mind. They had the data out on this myocarditis that they were really worried about, on the inflammation of the heart, and they're feeling like it's not that big of a risk, and they're able to stop it if they do catch it. Let's be honest. There's going to be some hiccups and bumps along the way. The Big 12 canceled 3 games this weekend on the start of their season. The ACC postponed a game because of COVID testing. This stuff's going to happen, but I think the majority of the time you're going to be able to get these teams and games in and played. All 14 teams are going to try and get the season played. I know there were some concerns about Rutgers or Maryland's just based on different states' closure and what the rules are, but they're all going to try and get it in, and they should. It's really hard to say you can't play football when half of these universities have students on campus. So you can be on campus and go to class, but you can't play football. Football doesn't increase the spread of COVID. We know that. So I think it was ridiculous. I'm really glad they changed their mind. I know it was probably a money thing and a political pressure thing. There's a lot of nonsense going on with these presidents in the conference, but I'm just glad they got it done. This is great for Ohio State. You should be ecstatic. They're a favorite. They were a favorite to compete for a national championship. I want to see them play. Everyone wants to see Justin Fields play. Going to be a top quarterback pick in the NFL draft. But what about these players? Some real notable players opted out of this. We have Micah Parsons from Penn State, Rashad Bateman from Minnesota, Shaun Wade, Ohio State, Wyatt Davis, Ohio State. Lots of players in here. Big time Jalen Mayfield, Ambry Thomas. Lots of big-time players from big-time schools opted out. And they said on a case-by-case basis, they're going to be able to evaluate, view what the Asian agreement these players had with, and they're going to be allowed to come back if they want to. I'm not sure any of these players are going to come back, but shoot, I don't know. Playing probably going to help your draft stock, so I would consider coming back if you're a guy that needs to boost his draft stock a little bit, because there's going to be games played and they're going to get it in time. Now, what about the Pac-12? The Pac-12 probably not going to have their season in the fall. USC is begging the governor to ease up restrictions to let them play football, but California's got some really strict restrictions going on, and that's 4 teams in the Pac-12, as well as Oregon, another 2 teams. So basically 6 of the teams in the Pac-12 can't play because of the restrictions in place. So doesn't look like we're going to get a Pac-12 season. I know the Big Ten is definitely ecstatic they're getting the season in. A lot of people are pushing back saying this is a disaster and they caved to the SEC and stuff, but the numbers are out there. They're okay. Now, there are some worrying trends among college campuses in the United States, and that stuff doesn't need to be taken lightly. They need to be monitoring the situation. It's a fluid situation. I'm just glad they're giving them the opportunity to play the game. We want to see these kids play. The kids deserve to have the chance to play. Everyone enjoys the college football. This first weekend of the ACC and Big 12 went off seemingly okay. Haven't heard of any major outbreaks or anything. Now, if you don't want to put fans in the stands, that's totally fine, the Big Ten. But let the students play. Let them travel. Let's do the contract contact tracing. Let's do the testing. Let's make sure they're all taken care of and let them play. This is good for the sport. This is good for everybody. And like I said, there's going to be hiccups. They're going to deal with some issues. But you got to push through. You got to persevere and get this thing done. We're going to keep monitoring this thing. Hopefully this thing keeps going on without a hitch. And we're going to get a full season. We're going to have a true national champion. I mean, I don't think anybody's going to be missing the Pac-12 in there. The Pac-12 is never competing for a national championship, it feels like, legitimately. So you got your SEC, you got your Big 12, you got your Big 10, you got your ACC. Those seem to be the big four in the playoff every year, and that's what everyone wants to see. So good luck to everybody out there. I'm glad those kids get to play. I think that's going to do it for us today. Remember, like this video, share it, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you all tomorrow.